Noni Madueke to Arsenal for 50 million great British pounds is a steal. It is the steal of the transfer window. I'm telling you, many of you are laughing at Arsenal now. You're calling them clowns. But I'm telling you, at the end of this transfer window, you see that this is the steal of the transfer window. Because Chelsea Football Club has taken an AK-47 in their right hand and a pistol in their left hand, pointed it to the head of Arsenal, and absolutely stolen 50 million Great British pounds from them. They have robbed them. You thought I'm praising this deal? This is one of the robberies of the century. 50 million. Noni Madueke. Hey, Chelsea, put me on. Come and tell me, enlighten me. Who is your baba? How do you always do these things? How do you do this deal? Especially to your bitterest rivals, your neighbors. That people hate each other. You hate each other until it is time for you to cheat Arsenal. Time and time again. They collected 65 million pounds for Havertz. They collected almost 70 million for Mason Mount. How much they collect from Gallagher? Players that they don't want again, that they are finished with, they will still collect money from them. How are you doing this thing, Chelsea? Please come and tell me, enlighten me. I want to know. I have Nunez. I want to sell Nunez. Even that 50 million pounds, if I see it, I'll collect. Diaz wants to go to Bayern. If I see 80 million, I'll collect. If you can get 50 million from Madueke, I can get 100 million for Diaz. Please, let me know. What will I say about Arsenal again? If I talk about Arsenal fans will say I hate them. Have you seen it with your own eyes now? I came here because you had one of the best 24 hours in the transfer window. I was even getting scared. Madueke, Gyökeres, what's his name? Eze, Zubimendi. The transfer window was looking okay. Arsenal is ready to go for this title. But now again, you have cancelled that same everything in 24 hours. Because when I saw the Madueke things, when I saw the links, I saw that this deal would just be 30 million max or 35 million. That's plus 5 million add-on. That's 30 million plus 5 million add-on. That's what I thought. But 50 million great British pounds. Oh my goodness, man. There's a reason why Arsenal, Chelsea, accepted the first bid. I'm sure Chelsea, when they said Arsenal has bid 50 million pounds for Noni Madueke, you know when you put price on something and somebody pays the money, you will not even argue. You're surprised. I'm selling Madueke for 50 million pounds for you. I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to 50 million. Bring it quickly. Because in under 24 hours, they accepted Chelsea's first bid. Look at Brentford now. They know how much Mbeumo is worth. They have been rejecting money. They have rejected like 3 bids. But look at Chelsea. They accepted the bid because immediately they knew. Arsenal, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep doing this to your fans? I say it. I will not lie to you, Arsenal fans. That's if you are looking for lies, somebody that should sugarcoat things for you, he's not here. I've said it before. You cannot be comfortable with being jokers to your rivals, your bitterest rivals, being a dumping ground, always collecting players they don't want. These are players they are happy to sell. Madueke is on the bench. How many games has he played at the Club World Cup? If it wasn't Pedro Neto, let's not even go to Parma. Let's not go high. That you're paying 50 million pounds for, I will understand small. But this is the player that is on the bench. They are buying him from a team that finished under you. And he's not one of their best players. I don't understand. What are you seeing that we are not seeing? In the last 6 years, Arsenal has signed about 7 players from Chelsea. 1920 season, they signed David Luiz. 2021 season, they signed Willian. 22-23 season, they signed Jorginho. 23-24 season, as I always call it, one of the biggest robberies ever. They somehow convinced Arsenal, Chelsea, to pay 75 million euros. 24-25 Sterling on loan and 25-26 Kepa and now Madueke for 50 million euros. In total, Arsenal has given Chelsea about 140 million euros in that space of time. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace because I came out the other time to say this is what I would have said if Arsenal, did not have do what they did. Because now the Gyökeres deal, like someone report, it was not from Fabrizio or Austin. That's why I didn't even make a video that Gyökeres deal is about to fall apart because both of them are not agreeing. This is a team that is supposed to go for the Premier League title. I always say it. When you are signing a player like this, ask yourself the question, is he elevating your team's level? 50 million pounds. Do you know how many players you'd have signed for that? How much did Man City sign Cherki? How much did Kudus go for? Only 5 million euros more to your neighbors, Tottenham. In fact, Tottenham currently are looking like the ones that have finished third 3 times in a row. And they are looking like the ones that are angry. There are so many other players that you could have. Because you cannot tell me that Arsenal is signing a bench player for £50 million. No. If it was 35 million, 30, I would have agreed. That's what I was thinking because I thought it was primarily a Saka. But I'm seeing reports that he might play left wing. Noni Madueke has never played left wing at Chelsea. And I cannot believe that Arsenal is signing a bench player for 50 million great British pounds. Is a lie. It is a massive lie. So this guy is going to be starting next season. Arsenal, I genuinely do not see. It's just, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be so disgusted by the fact that we always help our bitter, like the club that we hate. There's not, as most Arsenal fans, the club that they hate more than any club is Chelsea. But they always do this. Johan Visa is there at Brentford. Why don't you even go and challenge Man U for what's his name, Mbuemu? If you have this money, Rodrigo, he might leave Madrid. Calm down or make a bid. Add money and make a bid. That's a longer term signing. That's somebody with Champions League experience. He has done it on the biggest stage. He starts for his country consistently. Why don't you do that? But Madueke, come on, Arsenal. This is and if you had even bought the Madueke from another country, because it would have been better if he's not from Chelsea. Madueke, 67 Premier League games, I think. 5 assists, 13 goals. How does that scream 50 million? What has happened to the market? This is absolutely bonkers. What is happening to football? That Arsenal is now paying 50 million to their rivals. I will keep hitting the head on the nail on the head that it is their rivals. It is Chelsea. And Chelsea will just be there in their boardroom. I've just scammed these guys. Because when you want to know if a player is good when leaving a club is how the fans react. Mohamed Kudus, West Ham, most of us don't know their fans, but on Twitter, they are there insulting him. Traitor, Judas, this and that. Because he's a good player. When a player is not good, they'll be happy he's going. Kudus, that is from Ghana. What's his business with West Ham himself? They are already insulting him because he has betrayed us for Tottenham, this and that, because they are both London clubs. That's when you know a player is good. Kudus now would have taken Arsenal to a different level. I'm telling you, that's how much I believe in Kudus. But Arsenal looked at Kudus and turned away their face and set all eyes on Madueke. I genuinely don't know. Like, if I look at the players that have been signed under Arteta, I don't know whether it's Arteta sanctioning it or the sporting director or whoever is sanctioning these transfers at the club. There have been few hits and more misses. That is just the truth. It's very poor that in 21 years, your club has not touched that Premier League title. And you're behaving like this. Or your club has never touched the Champions League title and you're behaving like this. We saw how PSG was moving in the market. You saw how crazy, yes, PSG have their state-owned club and stuff like that. Yes, they obviously have more financial power than most clubs in the world. I understand that. But I just feel that if you have £50 million, there are better ways to spend it. There are better players to spend it on. You understand me? It's absolutely piss poor and disappointing that it has been spent on a Chelsea reject. Not a Chelsea reject per se, but Chelsea is happy to let him go. And you're helping them. You're bailing them out. In any case, we see Madueke in the Arsenal jersey that you cannot get from the Adidas Stakes or any other jerseys. Look at this Nigerian beautiful Falcons jersey that I have on, WAFCON is going on and stuff like that. You can also get it there. Or send us a message on WhatsApp with this phone number above. Delivery is worldwide. Make sure you have liked this video, you have subscribed, you have shared, and all that. All the good stuff. I'll be updating you. If you have gotten to this point in this video, you're an absolute legend. Type legend in the comment section. Let them know what's going on. Type legend in the comment section now. And let me get your thoughts on this Arsenal transfers. We have some other things to talk about. And I think I'll make another video for Manchester United because they're not doing things in the transfer window and they think they will escape. I will talk about you. But then back to Arsenal. This is genuinely catastrophic. I don't know what to say again. I don't know what to say about this. I'm really, really disappointed in Arsenal. I feel they could have done better. And if this Gyökeres deal falls through and you don't get easy, I take back my apology. My story has gone because the fans are angry. I've not seen one Arsenal fan celebrate this signing. It's a lie. I've not seen one. I've not seen one be genuinely happy about this signing. But Chelsea fans are there laughing. They're happy. They're celebrating. They're jubilating. They're asking themselves, how have we done this? How have we done this? And that should tell you all you need to know about this transfer. The fact that one is happy that they feel like they have defrauded the other club, and the fans of the other ones are feeling like they have been defrauded. And it all goes back to the Arsenal board, and I don't understand their thought process and stuff like that. Look at what their rivals are doing, Man City and Liverpool. Liverpool have been making some important signings. Keke is one of the best left back in the Premier League last season. Look at Frimpong, one of the best in Germany, brought in. Look at Florian Wirtz, back-to-back Bundesliga player of the season, brought in. You go to Manchester City, Czechia, one of the most talented players in the world, They have gotten some other important Aït-Nouri, and all that. Tijani Reinders, one of the best midfielders in Serie A last season. And, these are clubs that have seen way more success than Arsenal in recent years. So you think Arsenal, the fact that they are so close to the title, the fact that it has been a striker that has been the distance between them and that Premier League title, you think that they will secure that title quickly, because Liverpool last season, we didn't have creativity in our midfield. They went for Florian Wirtz quickly. Manchester City, their left back and right backs were poor. Their midfield was porous at times. They needed bodies there. They are quickly gone for that. They lost Kevin De Bruyne, quickly replaced him. You understand? Arsenal need, there's Xavi Simons. I think if you have thrown this £50 million at RB Leipzig, they'll be willing to hear you and bring in Xavi Simons. There are so many players they can bring in. I feel Arsenal's creativity in midfield is lacking, and I feel their offense is lacking as well, in terms of it's only Bukayo Saka that is, at that high level, that, top class player. And Gyökeres, if you're brought in, man, we keep watching, we keep observing, but I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe, and we'll keep following the transfer window and see what is going on. Arsenal Football Club have completed the signing of Madueke for £50 million. Here we scam.